432 drop. Oh, little rock, what's wrong? Why you vexed? Why you vexed, little rock? Why you cry? Why you cry, the butt hurt, little rock? The tushy hurt. What's wrong, little rock? Why is the rock crying? I don't know. Why is the rock crying out? Yo, I love y'all. You already know, man. Hey, you know, he's crying, man. He's crying. Maybe he's crying because, you know, under fair use, Copyright Act of 1976, 17 USC 107, copyright materials can be used without permission in certain educational circumstances under copyright law or as a fair use. Fair use is the right to use portions of copyrighted materials without permission for purposes of education, comedy, parody, commentary, news reporting, research, and scholarship. Without permission, portions of copyrighted material can be used for purposes of research, criticism, and scholarship by law. Right? You want to go by the law of the land? All right. Anyway, why are rocks crying out? Man, as you know, man. As you know, it's fair use in your caboose. And this is just a little gift, you know. If y'all been surfing the wave, you already know. I'm not even gonna go into it. Man. Where my other one at? I ain't gonna go into it, man. But man, let me you know, pull up a little something for y'all. Just for y'all. There's a new stop in town. Yo, my people, Chicarito. Go over there, man. Subscribe to the new drop, man. We got some new drop goings on. I just put a new channel up, kingdrop. You know what I mean? Just a little backup channel. Been meaning to do it for a minute, but I finally got to it today, so I'm very happy about that. If I can get to it, you know, if I can figure this thing out. Yeah, so I wanted to start off with a bang. I wanted something so dope that a rock might cry. You know what I'm saying? I wanted something so cold that a rock might cry. Yeah, as you know, I was in the process of editing this video here. And, you know, something kind of hit me. Not scorched by the flame. I said, why not just, you know, create your backup channel and, you know, put this video here. And those that get it while it's hot will get it while it's hot. And when I say download now, I mean download now, because these type of gifts don't last long, as we know from experience. So, yeah, you've been waiting on this video. You've been waiting on me to edit it. So just go get it, man. Just go get it. Go get it. Get the link. Subscribe to the backup channel. You know what I mean? We're just getting started over here. So, you know, you got somewhere to fall back. I might just start sliding stuff over here on the slicksters, you know what I'm saying? For those that are really surfing the wave and just keeping it real G, man. So love to y'all. Y'all go check it out. Y'all go download and subscribe right now to the backup channel. I'll leave the link below and you can get this drop. And yeah, man, save it. It, you know, who knows if it will even be there by the time I upload this, man. So that's how fast you got to download this, because under fair use, copyrighted materials can be used without permission in certain circumstances, certain educational circumstances under copyright law or as a fair use. The right to use portions of copyrighted materials without permission under the Copyright Act of 1976 for purposes of education, commentary, news reporting, research, and scholarship. It's very important. I mean, you know, people just ignore this. People just ignore their own law. And they, you know, try to, you know, take away from our classroom, our learning environment. You know what I'm saying? So it's a shame. It's a shame. But yeah, go get it, man. Go get it while it's hot. We will keep fighting under, the rights to our property. We don't have the right to delete our property. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the right to do that. But they want to ignore even their, laws that they're just putting in to protect themselves. But we are also, ones that are the law. We are the gold. We are the alchemy. And we are getting into it, man. So let's jump right in. Let's jump right in. I told y'all, rocks are crying. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Go get the drop while it's hot. And, yeah, man. I'll start building this up over here. Yeah, we surfing the wave. We surfing the wave, man. Rocks going wild. Alright, so fair use in your caboose. We are in episode 2. I told you, man, love the Turtle Gang, NYC. He got all this on his page. Y'all just go do a marathon like I did. I got a drop out of each and every one of these. So, hey, love it. Put on your rain boots, splash around in some of this drop right quick. And, I'm going to fall back, just let it rock. Because I'm going to let you just go ahead and collect what you collect out of it. And this is how we're going to start this particular series. We're going to go get more into that Akakor, the Chronicle of Akakor by Carl Brugger. Based on this Tulunka Nara, right? And, see what kind of drop Tulunka, was kicking. What kind of drop was this cat, kicking, about this city of gold. Of course, we know he didn't make it up because they were already coming here for the gold, as you will see in this episode. Let go.
It is the 16th century. From all over Europe, great ships sail west to conquer the new world.
Conquer
the Americas. The men eager to seek their fortune, to find new adventures in new lands. They long to cross uncharted seas and discover unknown countries, to find secret gold on a mountain trail high in the Andes. They dream of following the path of the setting sun that leads to El Dorado and the mysterious cities of gold.
Searching for your ways through adventures every day and night. With the condor in flight, with all your friends in tow, you search for the cities of gold. Wishing for the cities of gold. Someday we will find the cities of gold. Cities of gold. Cities of gold. Someday we will find the cities of gold.
In the jungle, Esteban and his friends discover some ruined, deserted temples and pyramids. In one of the temples, when Pedro and
Stop. Discover some ruins, some abandoned pyramids, whatever you want to call it. Why are they ruins? Why are they abandoned? We know they didn't just come over here and discover stuff being abandoned. So they skip over all the bloodshed to get to, now, little homie just come here and discovers, it's a free-for-all. Everything's open for the taking. That's the picture these people have always painted, like everything is just open. Come on over from Europe. It doesn't matter. It's just open. It's just a new world. What? A new world? Yeah, a brand new one. A new world. Yeah, man, it's just land and gold and lots of gold. That's where they found you, the so-called Negro.
Sancho try to pull off a jade mask, the temple walls suddenly start to move. Stone beams shoot out and trip them up. Then suddenly, the mask itself begins to glow.
Remember those hieroglyphics we saw on the temple wall? I looked them up in my encyclopedia, and as far as I can make out, the key to the mystery is inside the jade mask.
The jade mask? You mean the one that started to shine? Yes, I remember it. It really scared me. But Tao, we can't go back there. The stone door closed tight behind us.
I know, I haven't forgotten, but several hours have gone by. The machinery must have stopped by now. Let's look.
Why not try this?
The machinery must have stopped by now, so when they are going into these temples, they weren't just, some stones laid on top. These were high-tech machinery. You think they just making this stuff up? Or did they find you in a high-tech equilibrium, a balance, a high-tech environment, a highly civilized environment? Highly civilized. You have to erase what these people have taught you in these history books. Watch what they are showing you. Just look at what they showing you was here when they got here, man.
Stairs in the temple where we slept.
That's one way. I thought about that. But I don't want Mendoza to know what we're up to.
How long are you going to stay asleep, you two lazy bones? You've wasted 2 hours of daylight.
Oh, boy, was I scared last night. I thought, Pedro, this is it.
I didn't sleep awake all night.
Liar, how can you tell such whopping lies? I was kept awake by your snoring.
Oh, that wasn't me at all. Mendoza.
Excuses.
Oh.
Eh? Every time I remember that mask, if only we'd been able to...
Oh, no. I'm not going anywhere near that mask.
You don't know where the children have gone, do you?
Huh?
All right, then, I'm going.
Wait, Esteban!
Esteban!
It makes me very cross. No gold, no treasure, nothing at all.
Oh, don't be so impatient. The most important thing now is to find the children, I would think.
They're in searching the place in secret.
I'd like to know why they think they can treat us like this. We are nice to them, very nice. And what do? Treat us as if we're not here.
Something has disturbed the birds.
There are millions of them.
What do you think's going on?
Your guess is as good as mine. It's all very strange.
You were right, the door is wide open.
I thought it must be.
You'd think the stones would have gone back into place by now.
Maybe the machinery had got jammed or something. Take a look. All the blocks of stone are almost halfway in, as if they had started to go back into place.
Machinery.
And there's the mask.
Oh, and the other entrance is still closed. We couldn't have taken that other passage. It was just as well that we came this way. What's he doing?
Esteban, did you see? It hasn't moved.
Maybe we could take it off the wall now.
No way. It was when Sancho and Pedro tried to pull it off that everything happened.
As Incas, it was our custom to use a jade mask to cover the face of people when they were buried. But I've never seen one connected to machinery before. Tao, what do you think? What can this...
Interesting. So they use a jade mask. Her people, you know, these Inca, these indigenous, to cover the faces of people that were buried. But now you see these same jade masks. Now they have to stare into the eyes of this energy. Let's go.
What's mask mean?
The Encyclopedia of the Hiva people says that in certain monuments there used to be special stones that were able to test out people and could predict the future. There.
I don't believe it. Do you think this mask can do that?
That I don't know, but it's certainly worthwhile having a closer look. Hey! It's as if... How about that?
What do you see, Tao? Tao, what is it?
When I put my eyes right up to the mask, I see hieroglyphics.
What? Can you read them?
2 horizontals pushing down on a snake.
Down on a snake?
Yes, that's it. I wonder what it means.
2 horizontals? Like on that stone. Look, there's another snake up there.
All right, so we're getting the snakes. You know what I'm saying? We got into both, versions or both, perspectives of it. So, you know what I'm saying? If this is the, what they say, hieroglyphics, if this is a Thoth temple, if this is a Thoth temple, then, they're reading into these hieroglyphics here that they're calling hieroglyphics here, So, I mean, hey, all this Atlantis was sunk, all this was here, but this temple, they're calling it ruins. I wonder how recent it was that this temple was thriving before the arrival of this particular invasion. All we know is that they're talking about not just some people carving stuff out of, rocks and sticks. Right? We're talking about high-tech machinery. We're talking about jade masks, some type of energy reading. You know what I'm saying? She said that energy could read and know if you're coming in the goods or not. All right. So whatever the case is, this is high-tech. This is beyond our comprehension. All we can comprehend to say is this was much more high-tech than we have been told. So what's the protection? What are they, what has the Most High protected us from at this point that we were not responsible with? What wisdom are we lacking that in order will return?
We'll try to press on that one. But we'll have to be very careful of the walls. Right.
I have no interest in being squashed like a fly.
Now be careful. Here we go. So far the machinery hasn't moved at all. Maybe one stone isn't enough. Can you see anything through the other eye?
She's right. That's it. One diagonal, pressing down on an eagle.
A diagonal? It's a stone up there, look. We'll press on the 2 stones together.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. It's glowing like yesterday.
Be very careful that the beams don't start to move.
Oh, you think it's Star Trek? You think it's play, right?
They're going back into the walls.
I mean, you study what's going on in, Egypt today, you know what I'm saying, with these pyramids heating up. Everything Thoth said he built in the halls of Amenta, Thoth was here first before he was there. Thoth, high-tech situation. All that being exposed all through these, so-called cartoons and all this kind of stuff like that. But not too many people expose what these are really, all about. That it's not just some simplicity. It's very complex. It makes them uncomfortable to talk about it. It's so complex. It's uncomfortable for those that have nothing to do with it to talk about the complexity of the melanated people. This wasn't just some separate Egypt Atlantean knowledge. I mean, the creative Ben had us rocking on a high-tech frequency, but we were just not to be going out of things out of order. It's not so much, the temple is moving the temple. It's that if you ignore your temple and go after these temples, for these to tune you up instead of being tuned up within, that's a problem. But yeah, it was here. Oh yeah, it was right here. High tech. In your face, bone.
My goodness.
Hold up to Irvin Reed. He said, Esteban, baby Jesus. Children of the sun, baby Jesus, Esteban. Let go.
The walls are all lit. What in the world?
It's a sarcophagus, a stone coffin.
Must have been for an important person. Maybe it was for the person whose name was written on the winged serpent statue.
Shall we take a quick look inside?
Yes! Oh no, don't do that. It's a sacrilege to open up a coffin.
But we're not sure if it is a coffin. It just looks like one.
Suppose, for instance, that all the secrets of the cities of gold were inside there. We must find out.
I agree with Esteban. We ought to be clear in our minds about it.
If you want to. But if we discover that it is a coffin, we shut it up again. All right. I promise you, Zia. Thank you.
All set, Esteban?
Yes. It's hard, but it's starting to move. Keep going.
It's an earthenware statue.
What's that in front of it?
Looks like a manuscript.
Manuscript?
Yes, it's the first one that I've ever seen here, but the people of Hiva knew how to make these. They took the bark of certain trees and worked on it with resin to make a surface to write on.
And is something written on it?
To make a surface to write on. Like papyrus? 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 Like papyrus?
Yes, and it's fantastically important. I'll have to look it up in my encyclopedia to understand it.
Let's take it with us. You can look it up later.
Yes.
What's he shouting about, Tal? Oh!
Oh, no!
Let's get away!
Come on!
Who are those children?
A European.
Leave them alone. They are friends of ours. They have done nothing wrong.
Don't push me. I know how to walk.
They look like they've been up to something. What have you got there?
Oh? Hey, watch out who you're pushing around, fatso! Give that back to me, it's not yours!
Oh, well. A fragment of manuscript. Wouldn't you? Look at this.
It matches the one we have. Exactly where did you discover this manuscript? Tell me.
I won't.
You will answer, yes or no?
Wait. Beneath the Hall of the Serpent. Oh! There where the mask of green jade is. Near a terracotta statue in a great chest.
But how did you know that?
Ah, so I was not mistaken. The ancient legend is true. Doctor, this is all we needed. We are very close now.
And not a moment too soon.
Now that you have seen it, give it back. It isn't yours.
Not on your life.
But we found it! Give us back our manuscript!
Huh? What are you carrying in that sack?
None of your business! It's mine! Keep your hands off it!
Let's have it!
Oh, you rotten thief! Give it back to me! It's mine!
Ah, I see what it is. A jar of gold.
Aha! Tell me, have you other such objects in your possession?
Give it back or I'll tear you apart! That jar is mine! You've no right to take it!
You heard what he
understand?
said! Give it back!
Shut them up in one of the rooms below.
My jar! My beautiful jar that I like so much! I'll get it back, you'll see!
Do you know who the man with the whip is? She called him Doctor.
When they suddenly took us prisoner, he said he was a friend of Cortez.
Cortez, who's he?
Long before Pizarro.
A friend of Cortez. Hey, man, I'm just watching this with y'all. Alright? Dig on it, man. We don't get to enjoy cartoons that much, man. Don't tell my children I'm watching cartoons with y'all. Alright? It's our secret. Nobody gotta know we're watching cartoons. Everybody think we're reading books. But we really just watch cartoons all day. That's what we do. Alright, so look, man. He said Cortez and them. He's a homie of Cortez, right? Right. Okay. So now we can match up a little bit of, where we're at and know that they're not playing with y'all.
Oh, who the man with the whip is? She called him Doctor.
When they suddenly took us prisoner, he said he was a friend of Cortez.
Cortez, who's he?
Long before Pizarro came here from Spain, Cortez conquered the Mayas and the Aztecs. He was the first Spaniard to take gold back to Spain.
And the Indian woman, who is she?
Very cruel creature.
So Columbus just took you back to Spain. You were the gold. Cortez took the gold.
He has done more harm to the Mayas and Aztecs than Cortez and all his men put together.
Wow.
Oh, no, that's horrible.
Yes, horrible, but she's so beautiful.
Idiot, don't you realize our lives are in danger? All because of that beautiful woman?
Yeah, beautiful woman.
Why are they keeping us here?
Because they're looking for the cities of gold, too. And they don't want any competition. By the purple plague, if I could only get my hands free.
Must be some way we could escape.
There might be one way. They didn't manage to tie all of us up.
What do you mean?
Yes, Tom, tell us quick.
I know a way. Shh, don't make any noise. Untie my hands. Come on, Cocopedal, pull the ropes off my wrist.
Good old Cocopedal. Be brave, Cocopedal. Rescue us.
Good job, guard. You're a professional.
A job like this must be very tiring.
How's he doing?
Just a little more. He's almost done it. He's done it.
Now hurry, Tao. Untie all of us. There's no time to lose.
Yes.
You should come and see what we're doing.
There are guards on this side, too. We'll have to try climbing the wall on the other side.
Faster! Hurry, everyone, faster!
Pedro, Sancho, help them.
Hey, Mendoza!
We can. The ears of a mule.
All right, let's go.
Yes. Esteban, don't get worried. but I must go back and get my jar.
Oh.
I'll be back.
Hey, Tao! Wait for me, I'll go with you! Hold on! Thanks, Zia. We'd better hurry. Tao is by himself. He might need us. Yes.
What are you two up to? You're foolish.
Well, now, Marinche, have you worked out what it says?
Yes, part of it. But I can't make out the most important bit.
There's no great hurry, and now it is the hour of siesta. A little sleep.
Siesta. So that's where they get it from. You know what I'm saying? You know, you always hear about, you know, folks, you know, taking that siesta, you know. It's all coming from Spain, man.
Lower, I can't reach it. Bend over more.
Maybe you don't know how heavy you are. I can't keep holding.
Hang on, Tao.
What is it? Why do you turn back?
I forgot to bring the golden jar. I left it on the table.
The children are locked up and guarded. I wouldn't worry. No one can steal it.
That's no ordinary jar, Fernando. I am sure it holds some secret. Anyway, I would rather have it with me.
Surely this can wait till after our siesta. All this is a waste of time. The greed of this woman is quite extraordinary.
I've got it! I've got it!
What's going on?
They heard us! Quick! Let's get out of here! Oh, Tao, your turn here!
Esteban, come on!
I got it! I'm up here, Esteban! Zia, catch it!
That's my jar, and I won't let anybody else have it.
Well, children, that was a very brave try. What are your names?
I'm called Esteban, but when you ask for somebody's name, it's more polite to tell them your own name first.
Dr. Fernando La Guerra, but I am usually called just Doctor. And what's your name?
I don't know.
Oh, no! He's Tao, and she's Zia!
Very well. I warn you and listen carefully. If you should try to escape again, no mercy will be shown. You understand?
Quickly, children. Hurry up. Get away.
Look at Mendoza!
All of you, stop them! Don't let them all get away!
Pedro and Sancho are waiting outside. Hurry, you three.
Free him, Teteola.
If you don't restrain your monster, madam, I will not hesitate to strangle your doctor.
Do as he says, obey him.
What a coward you are, Fernando. Stay where you are. Fernando.
Forgive me, Marinche. It was all my fault.
If only you hadn't tried to play the strong man with your whip. Teteola, bring me those children. They must not leave the city.
Yes, madam.
Esteban.
Run! They're after us!
We can't run away. Mendoza told us to wait here. What's he doing in there? Why doesn't he come out?
Which way did the children go?
That way. The soldiers are coming.
Come on, hurry. That way.
Hey, wait for us!
Esteban, help me! My jar is falling! Got it. To think I almost lost it again.
And here's your stick.
Thanks. I guess you might say we made it.
But I wonder if Mendoza, Sancho, and Pedro made it too.
We'll have to see. Next. Alright, here's the best part.
Esteban and his friends all managed to escape from Fernando La Guerra, but they are captured again by Indians who want to sacrifice them to the gods.
Alright, so Indians want to sacrifice them. That's the best part. No, I'm playing. It's coming up.
Meanwhile, Marinche and the doctor plan to pour poison in the village water.
That's the best part. They want to put poison in the village water. That is what I had you watching this for. That is what we did it for. So you know what's happening in Flint today, what's happening in all this lead poisoning today, what's happening with these metals being sprayed on you every day, crisscross applesauce. Hey, man. It's all relative, man. It's all relative. They put poison in the water then, they put poison in the water now. We're just talking about the basics and the basis. Again.
Esteban and his friends all managed to escape from Fernando La Guerra, but they are captured again by Indians who want to sacrifice them to the gods.
Probably Moabites or something.
Meanwhile, Marinche and the doctor plan to pour poison in the village water. Esteban and the others must escape before sunrise, or everyone's lives will be in danger.
Poison water, poison water.
Make sure you watch the next episode of The Mysterious Cities of Gold.
Fluoride, water. Now, here's the best part. Yeah, I think that's that Tutunka dude that we was reading about, who was the German, claiming to be, some indie engine. Look at all these hijacks they're giving you. But you know what it looked like, so-called Negro copper colored rays found here by the European. All right, here's the best part.
In Central America, the modern city of Guatemala is a strange mixture of old and new, of Mayan and Spanish culture.
Guatemala.
Half the people who live here are pure-blooded Indians, mostly descendants of...
Stop. The people living here are pure-blooded Indians? Now, of course, they're following the, Mongoloid so-called situation. And many times you're just following the mixtures, of the admixtures of the Spaniard seed. The Spaniard seed. Now, white Spaniard seed, black Spaniard seed, Spaniard seed, Spaniard seed, mulatto seed, Spaniard mulatto seed, plus this seed equals that seed. Spaniard mulatto seed plus this, Asian, so-called Asian seed, Chinese seed equals this seed. This is a admixture. This was created. No love lost, no disrespect, but we're surfing in reality. They did not find these people here. They created these people when they got here, and then set up other people that they created as proxies to claim that they were you. Pure-blooded Indio? Pure-blooded Indias? Hold up, man. Hold up. We're just talking about Guatemala. Oh, why you crying, rock? We're just talking about Guatemala. Don't cry. Crying rock. Yeah, man. Real spill. Y'all pause this video. Go download this ASAP app before it disappears. Don't say I didn't warn you. Don't say I didn't put it back out there. Don't say we didn't start a whole new channel just for that. All right, hold up. We're just talking Guatemala. Remember, I got this before. We just put the Afro Guatemala in. Afro Guatemalan. All right, let's see what that is. Let's see what we got. We have the original people that were found here in Guatemala. This is Guadalupe, Afro Guatemala, Afro Brazil. These people. This is the family. Look at, these are the copper color races found here by the European. Found here by the European. Get it like it's the first time. Love to everybody that's just, subscribing and just surfing the wave with us. Brand new, you know what I'm saying? Just belly flop. Don't ever feel like you got to catch up to this and go crazy. Everything that we kick should be something that you can belly flop in, or else it wouldn't be the wave. The creator didn't create the wave so that you got to start the wave 4 months ago, 5 months ago. The wave can be joined at any time. You don't have to sign no paperwork to join the wave. You don't have to sign no paperwork to be Drop Nation. You are the water. The water is the drop. We are just waking you up to be aware of your vibration. We promote vibration awareness, that 432. So you know you're Drop Nation by birthright, by water. You're Ame'rican, native, original here, original, applied to the originals or copper color races, copper, old copper penny, dark copper color races found here by the Europeans. You just saw a whole cartoon about it, a whole cartoon, but now applied to the descendants of European invaders born here, because they go everywhere and claim the title of the land they're on. That's very parasitic, man. Everyone has to admit that. If Earth is a body, what would be the parasite? What is spreading around, claiming and conquering? You can't run from facts. Water. Copper color races found here. Guatemala. A Guatemalan family found here. Now what is this fool talking about? Hijack USA? What's Hijack USA talking about, man?
America, the modern city of Guatemala is a strange mixture of old and new, of Mayan and Spanish culture.
Oh, it's a strange mixture of Maya and Spaniard seed. Spaniard seed. Now, goes to ask, beg to ask the question, is this the Maya and Spanish mix they're talking about? Is the American found in the dictionary, American Dictionary of the English Language, the Noah Webster Dictionary in 1828. Is this the does it say the admixture of Spaniard seed here? Copper color races. Does the Spaniard seed equal the copper color races found here in America by the European? So dodge the hijack. Man, it gotta make you mad. Don't you get tired of people jacking your shit, taking your titles, taking your rights, taking your name? The Spaniard seed, Maya Spaniard seed, that's what a Guatemalan is? Huh? Tell this family that. They've been here. They were found here. They were put in captivity here on their own land. On their own shit. Tell this family that. Spaniard seed, man. All right, man. All right, man. Let's go, man. Let's get into our Akakor. But one more time. Spaniard seed. Lose my mind, man.
Half the people who live here are pure-blooded Indians, mostly descendants of the old Mayan people. On market days, the Indians come in from all the surrounding villages to sell vegetables and poultry and the bright embroidered cloth they make. Of course, since the time of the Spanish conquerors, the way of life for most Indians has changed.
No. They're a mixture of Spaniard seed. You just said they're a mixture of Maya and Spaniard now. They're a mixture of the Spaniards, right? So their life didn't change when the Spaniard arrived. Their life began when the Spaniard arrived. They're a mixture of Spaniard seed. Their life began with the Spaniard. The Spaniard birthed this nation. And we mean no disrespect when we say no hijacks. Because they use this proxy to hijack our inheritance. This proxy gets paid $9,000 a month to live on reservations. This proxy gets what's in the treaties and the Geneva Convention and Treaty of how to treat prisoners of war. These are who's claiming to be the prisoners of war. Disenfranchised. And they're calling you African. American. Not American, African American. When they do that, you lose all inheritance. Now you got to go search for it in Africa, right? But are those tribes there checking for you here? No, because they know you're from here. And if they know you're from here, they're looking at you like, these people still don't know that they're the indigenous people there? That Negroes are spread throughout?
Only speak Spanish now, and most of them are Christians.
They only speak Spanish and most of them are Christians. Let go. Yeah, I see you. I see you watching me. Watching you, watching me.
But less than an hour away from the city of Guatemala, a tribe of Indians live in the rainforest who have never come under Spanish influence. They speak their own language and live in the jungle in their own way.
Now watch how they look.
They are the true descendants of the ancient Mayas.
Watch. Right. So these people look like the same people that they just said are Maya and Spaniard. And now they say these people are the true descendant of Maya who never come in contact with nobody? Or are they just showing us more just pictures of proxies and they're not actually showing us the indigenous people who have truly never come in contact with nobody? And just because they say they haven't come in contact with nobody doesn't truly mean that, because they just said that these people, they were found here, but they were already Spaniard and half Mayan. Well, you can't be found here if you were half Spaniard. That means you were birthed. All of these people were birthed here. Even the ones that they say, they're coming out the Amazon. They haven't been around no white people. Nah, they were still migrating or mixing or whatever the case back then, but haven't been around civilization in a while. They never got civilized after their Spaniard mix. They just went into the jungle. That doesn't mean that they have always been here and have never come in European contact. They were created by it.
The jungle provides them with their meat, with the wood for their huts, and with the fruit they gather from the trees. They need nothing else. A few years ago, when they were approached by people from the city, this happy, healthy group of villagers was almost wiped out by measles and the other minor illnesses of city people.
Minor illnesses? You see how these people play? They don't want to admit that they are the illness that came and wiped everybody out because they were not ready for what was coming from this other world. Another world found a new world. Now, we been knew that world, but they just didn't know this world. Remember, it's 4 times easier going up the Gulf Stream from here than coming back from Africa or Europe or whatnot there. It takes 4 times the time and the effort. Check out that Jack Forbes book. I got it right here. The African and Native Americans. All right, African and Native Americans. Check that out. Jack Forbes, chapter 1, I believe. It kicks right about the navigation. So let's keep going, man. Let's keep going.
They had no resistance to the germs of civilized life.
Have no resistance to the... I can't stop. They have no resistance to the germs of civilized life. Civilized life. They think they civilize us. That's why they're showing these people walking around nomads. You know what I'm saying? They don't show the people rocking in the temples, or they don't show the people rocking in their high civilized cultures. They don't show the people rocking. They don't show the people rocking Solomon style and David style. They just show just half Mayans and Spaniards. Oh, now they're civilized Christians. These people are a joke, and this is a game. You see their wordplay, man. Check out the wordplay. We're just talking about Akakor.
They speak their own language and live in the jungle in their own way. They are the true descendants of the ancient Mayas. jungle provides them with their meat, with the wood for their huts, and with the fruit they gather from the trees. They need nothing else. A few years ago, when they were approached by people from the city, this happy, healthy group of villagers was almost wiped out by measles and the other minor illnesses of city people. They had no resistance to the germs of civilized life. Since then, they've tried to keep away from strangers. They timidly run off and hide if anyone comes near them. We should be willing to leave them alone to continue their ancient, simple way of life. It would be sad if we thoughtlessly destroyed these, the last of the Mayas, when once all the might of Cortez and the armies of Spain had failed to subdue them.
Hijack 101.
Goodbye.
Hey, goodbye,
Till
man.
next time.
Hey, man. Hey, man. You can kiss everybody's ass, man. For that shit, you can kiss everybody. All right, man. I'll see y'all in episode 3, man. I'll see y'all. I'll come back. I'll see y'all in episode 3, man. Again, get this drop while it's hot. Subscribe to the backup channel. Because, yeah, man. We got plans, man. We got plans, man. All right. Where we at? Chronicle of Akakor. Let's get some babies out. We got last time that we know we digging on a lot of this Thoth. You're talking about ascended masters and some boo. You know, we got that, man. You see here, still unexplored regions of the Amazons. They ain't even been everywhere around here. They ain't searched the oceans. They don't know what's going on. These people are just putting together a chronicle. They're just putting together chronology, and their own people, the Russians, Anatoly Fomenko, are blasting the holes in it, showing that these people are creating phantoms and duplicates in the timelines from medieval times. That most of the legitimate history happened when? After the 900s. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. You can get all this backdrop, but let's just get where we was at. So they got these little hijack tribes and this little Thoth, but, you know, a few things is coming out of this already, man. So, you know, all right. I think we got to almost the end of this. I'll start it right here. In appearance, the strangers. Let's get this a little bigger. Now, remember, they're calling everything white barbarians and white barbarians, just like Thoth would. All right. But they're also talking about graceful bodies and having white skin and all this other stuff. So, you know, maybe this was his own twist. I think he was twisting Thoth, if you ask me. Right now, it seems like a twist on Thoth. It seems like somebody who really studied Thoth and is kind of twisting it to now be an all-white affair where we know that their gods are all melanated. Their Hercules and their Zeus and their Poseidons and all that stuff is melanated fallen angels. Thoth, melanated. Everything, melanated. They know that. Black Madonna, Europa, melanated. So if all of their history, and then they make these things gods and they turn it into, you know, them, and they put their images in it, right? No matter what it is. Now, what insecure people have to continue to put their images and things into, even now, their descendants think we crazy. They're like, man, why you people want to claim everything? Man, that just shows that you have been literally created like a robot to only accept what people are telling you, only accept what they tell you to read, break it down the way they tell you to, and not look for reality, because reality hurts sometimes. The truth hurts. But then you pick yourself up and you walk in it, because when you walk in reality, that is freedom. You're not searching for the house and the cars. You're searching for reality. That is freedom. They had graceful bodies and white skin. Their noble faces were framed with bluish black hair, a thick beard covered up the lip, upper lip and chin. Like man, they were vulnerable creatures of flesh and blood. We're talking about the creation. You know, he's talking about the former masters. All right, so he says, this is the image of the former masters has remained known to this day. Thus, the image of the former masters has remained known. So we're talking about these, you know what I'm saying? They like to make Montezuma, you know, look for these white gods and white bearded gods. And they got these books about these white bearded gods. And hey, well, we know we know these people are hijacking everything. Does a white god exist in their pantheon? How would I know? Was it the majority? Hell no. Now, a thick beard covered up the upper lip and upper chin. A thick beard. Again, look, these characteristics that we are trying to define ourselves on in 2017 as, oh, this is special. This is special. We need to have this. You got to have this and this to be a Hebrew. You got to look like this phenotype, this. When your phenotype is the same as them, when an Arab has this, you know, same phenotype, and this hijack here has the same phenotype, and these Moabites got the same phenotype, and everybody has this covered up upper lip and chin, this thick beard, and this, and all these things that are now defining us as this. How crazy are we making it for ourselves to identify the frequency and the energy of the Creator in this time right now? We're playing their game, looking for this, and look, you need to flow. Stop looking and trying to figure stuff out with your little eyes that your little eyes don't see. Your identifiers are the same identifiers as everybody else. Oh, but it has to look like this and like this. I mean, yeah, pretty much you can see your people and all that kind of stuff, but just feel the energy, man. Somebody might come looking one way, but the energy is pure water. Somebody might come with a pure water look, with a thick beard covering up upper lip and chin and all this, but have a hijack frequency. The same hijack frequency of their gods. So let's take it up a notch. Trust your flow, trust your instinct. That's how you know. The only true test to know who is of the Creator is their energy, vibration, their frequency. You need to see from within yourself and stop falling for their two-dimensional tricks. Like man, they were vulnerable creatures of flesh and blood. Flesh and blood with thick beards that covered up their upper lip and chin. But the decisive sign that distinguished the ancient fathers from men were the 6 fingers on each of their hands and 6 toes on each of their feet. So you heard about this 6 fingers, 6 toes God's situation, the characteristic of their divine origin. Who can learn to fathom the acts of the gods? Who can learn to understand their deeds? For surely they were mighty, incomprehensible to ordinary mortals. They knew the course of the stars and the laws of nature. Verily, they were familiar with the highest law of the universe. 130 families of the ancient fathers came to earth and brought the light. Who is this, Thoth? No, this is not Thoth. This is Talunka. Where's Talunka? You know, Talunka, get that in part 1. This guy is supposed to be behind, you know what I'm saying, so much of the information that's coming up. Now, who can learn to fathom the acts of the gods? All right? Who can learn to understand their deeds? For surely they were mighty and incomprehensible to ordinary mortals. Their gods, their fallen angels, gathering around Mount Hermes. Fallen, making covenants. Their children all make covenants. This is not by accident that certain families in Psalm 83 made covenants. Those were the families that were mixed in with these angels, in cahoots, making bloodline, blood oath covenants with these angels. So they gathered their families into one so-called Atlantis, so-called Ame'rican, so-called Morocco. And they said, well, we're dark, we're great, we're more. And in truth, the Creator's children, the seed that has followed from son to father, in order, they are more than all. And if all don't remember to uphold the root of the tree and the frequency that has been preserved in this seed from father to son, a seed can only come through the father. Enter the vortex of the mother, be imprinted by that frequency and that energy to get the balance of the child. A tomato seed planted in any soil would still be a tomato with different varying imprints through different vortexes of the soil. So again, the seed of the creator is energy, frequency, vibration that has been preserved. You're looking for phenotypes, look for the flow. Don't judge like them. Don't look like them. You need to feel and hear within to know. They knew the course of the stars and laws of nature. All right, so these are, now let's get into the chosen tribes. All right, so who's their chosen tribes? The memory of our oldest ancestors make me bewildered and sad. My heart is heavy because we are now alone. Oh, they left you, abandoned by our former masters. Were you abandoned by Hawa? Were you ever abandoned by your creator? Well, they were. Now you see why they pissy? Now you see why they acting pissy? Our knowledge and power is due to them, not the creator, but their masters. They led men from darkness to light. Not you, but them. Before the strangers arrived from Shwerta. All right, so I'm going to look up this Shwerta. Let's get to that. Men wandered about like children who cannot find their homes and whose heart know no love. So before these strangers arrived from Shwerta, they're calling it. I said, y'all look it up, but, you know, I'm going to put it to the side, too. Is it something that this cat, Talunka, is just making up? You know what I'm saying? Shwerta almost sounds like Swarthy, right? Shwerta. Shwerta. I don't even know if it's in this dictionary, but why not? Shwerta. Something like that. Yeah, we just taking a shot here, man. So nothing happened there. Just try it like this. Shwerta. Got some stuff in German. All day in German. You see, connecting back to Akakor. But nothing that's just going to jump out at me. I don't have time right now, but y'all, you know, hook a brother up and let me know about the Shwerta. Men wander around like children who cannot find their homes and whose hearts know no love. So this sounds like Thoth again, coming to these barbarians, giving them soul force, he said. They gathered roots, bulbs, and wild growing fruits, lived in caves, white, right? White skin, right? White skin. Thick beard, a thick beard covered up the upper lip and chin. And they had graceful bodies and white skin. All right, so, you know, all right. Phenotypes. It's all good, right? All right. So, that was the beginning of light. So to them, they were living in caves, all right? And disputed with their neighbors over the hunting prey. Then the gods came and established a new world order. A new order in the world. Excuse me. Then their gods came and established a new world order. A new order in the world. They taught men to till the soil and to raise animals. They showed them how to weave cloth. This is a infomercial for fallen angels that are teaching hijacks how to be civilized because they didn't know. That was the beginning. And thus the tribes developed. So their tribes developed then. That was the beginning of life and tribe. The gods called men together. They deliberated themselves and held councils. They made decisions, and from all people, they chose their servants to live with them. So they went around looking at these humans, at these barbarians that they're giving soul force to, and they were, picking and choosing, milking and boxing, mixing and matching who they wanted, servants to whom they bequeathed their knowledge. So they taught these people, right? They gave them soul force from the chosen families of Thoth and them. The gods founded a new tribe and gave it the name Uga Mangulala, he says. So this is just a special hijack fallen angel tribe. Now what happened with these tribes, which in the language of the white barbarians means the allied chosen tribes. Stop. Allied, alliance, confederacy, chosen tribes. In the language of the white barbarian, they had allied chosen tribes. Get it like it's the first time. Allied, allied, allied. Allied tribes. Back it up. Allies. Man, this thing ally. Let's try that. Maybe alliance. Here we go. To unite or form a relation as between families by marriage or between princes and states by treaty, league, or confederacy. They formed a confederacy. They were confederate against you. Psalms 83. Let's get it from the NIV. Why not? Oh God, oh Creator, do not remain silent. Do not turn a deaf ear. Do not stand aloof, oh Creator. See how your enemies growl, how your foes rear their heads with cunning. They conspire against your people. They plot against those you cherish. Come, they say, let us destroy them as a nation, so that Israel's name is remembered no more. With one mind they plot together. They form an alliance against you, the tents of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagrites, Bebelos, Ammon, Amalek, Philistia, and the people of Tyre. Even Assyria has joined them to reinforce Lot's descendants. Assyria, Africa. Do to them as you did to Median, as you did to Sisera and Jaban at the river Kishon, who perished at Endor and became like dung on the ground. Make their nobles like Oreb and Zeb, and all their princes like Zabah and Zalmunna, who said, let us take possession of the pasture of God, of the Creator. So anyone who wants to take possessions of your lands, let us take their lands is what they saying. They all want your lands. They're making treaties for your lands. They're making alliances for your land. They form an alliance against you. A what? An alliance, ally, to unite or form a relation as between families of marriage with angels, or between princes and states by treaty of Tripoli, of peace and friendship, league or confederacy. They are confederate against you. They have formed a confederacy against you. Yashurah, the seed of the Creator. They want more than they were given by Lot. Their lot wasn't big enough. Children of Lot, they want more. Ishmaelites of Moab. Let's go. So, these white-skinned people, oh, man. Oh, this is lovely. All right, so these white barbarians means allied chosen tribe. God founded a new tribe and gave it the name Uga Mangulala, the gods, all right, which in the language of the white barbarians means the allied chosen tribes, right? The allied, the confederate tribes. Who are the confederate tribes, you say? Oh, Edom, Ishmael, Moab, Hagrite, Biblos, Ammon, Amalek, Philistia, Tyre, Assyria, Lot's descendants, and even more. Even more they made a... Trust me, I mean, look at the Antarctic Treaty. Even more, the Confederacy is against you. The people who have no basis of their ancestral inheritance at all, but yet they have your money in offshore accounts. They have your gold on lock. They got 770 million acres of your land in a trust right here in America. America. Right here in America, they got your land in a trust. Well, whose land would it be? The natives of America. The copper-colored race is found here by the European. Oh, but now it's applied to the descendants, the invasion. Born here, so that forever their descendants will have your land. Forever their descendants will be confederate against you and form an alliance against you. Psalms 83. Allied chosen tribes as a token of their eternal covenant. Their eternal covenant. Have you forgotten yours, Negro, with the Creator, Hebrew, Eber? Have you forgotten your commandment, your covenant, the covenant that you have for your land, your inheritance? They made it with their servants. Wait, we just talking about, we're just talking about their ancient fathers. We're just talking about their former masters that abandoned them. They did what, you say? As a token of their eternal covenant, the angels made it with their servants of the allied chosen tribes, which were Edom, Ishmaelites, Moabites, Hagrites, Ammonites, Amalekites. And all of these people were copper-colored races found here. But that's where you have Moor against Moor and Khan against Khan and the civil war of the Moor that was already occurring here when Morocco was already here. And they already know. We're just talking to Afro-Guatemalan. Whose side are you on? Allied chosen tribes did what? These angels did what? As a sign of their covenant, they made it. They had sex with their servants of these chosen tribes. Their tribes. Therefore, the Uga Mangulala resemble their divine forefathers to this present day. Now, of course, we're talking, they're going to make it everything white. It's all white, and you already know, we just got the drop. Don't make me go back to Ame'rican again on your ass. So we're just talking copper-colored races here. Then we're still saying that these fallen angel hijacked tribes resemble their divine forefathers to this day. They have phenotypes that should match up. The melanated phenotypes that should match up to these melanated angels today. Now, of course, here we go. They are tall. Their faces are characterized by protruding cheekbones and sharp, delineated noses and almond-shaped eyes. Men and women have the same thick bluish black hair. The only difference from the gods were the mortals' 5 fingers and 5 toes. So you got 5. Their gods had 6. The Uga Mangala are the only white-skinned people on the continent. So, alright, I can search that. So, these particular Uga Mangulala, these particular white-skinned people, are the only white-skinned people on the continent. So put that together. I'll let you put that together. Although the former masters withheld many secrets, the history of my people nevertheless also explains the God's history. The strangers from Swerta founded a powerful empire. All right? A powerful empire. Which one? With their knowledge, their superior wisdom, their mysterious tools, it was easy for them to change the earth according to their own ideas. Change the earth? Didn't we just see these pyramids, machinery, doing this and doing that? So that's why I had you watch that cartoon, man. So you can get this. So you know when we're talking about superior wisdom, this is their celestial superior wisdom. But is it the most superior? Is it the greater light? Even Thoth knew when he was running from the hounds of the barrier that there was a greater light that he could not even get close to without being run up on by the angels protecting the barrier. They divided the country and built roads and canals. They sowed new plants previously unknown to man. They taught our forefathers that an animal is not only prey, but can also be a valuable possession and indispensable against hunger. They patiently imparted. So they taught them, You know what I'm saying? That this animal, can be so, man's best friend. You know what I'm saying? Indispensable to hunger. All right. They're just so good, these people. They're so humanitarian, right? They patiently imparted the knowledge necessary for the man could grasp the secrets of nature. Based on this wisdom, the Uga Mangulala survived for millennia in spite of horrendous catastrophes and terrible wars. So what are these catastrophes that kept hitting these Uga Mangulala? And who was sending this plague on them? As the chosen servants of the former masters, the angels. As the chosen servants of the fallen angels, they determined the history of mankind for 12,453 years, and it was written in the Chronicle of Akakor. Here's a quote: "The line of the chosen servants did not die out." The angel seed still exists. Those that are called the Uga Mungalala survived. Many of their sons may have died in devastating wars. Awful catastrophes were visited in their realms, on their realms. Awful catastrophes. Awful catastrophes were visited on Atlantis. Awful catastrophes were visited on Egypt. Awful catastrophes were visited with the Black Plague and all the other plagues in Europe. But the strength of the chosen servants, or fallen angel servants, remained intact. They were the masters. They are the descendants of the gods. So that's what these people think. Their bloodline. That's what they think. According to their bloodline. That's what they want to believe. Let's keep going. The Stone Empire, the Chronicle of Akakor, the written history of the people of the Uga Mungalala, only begins after the departure of the former masters in the year 0. All right, so this is their chronology. This is their year 0. At that time, Ina, the first prince of Uga Mungalala, commanded that all events be written down in good words and in clear script and with due veneration for the former masters. But the history of the chosen servants reaches back farther into the golden age when the ancient fathers were still ruling the empire. Very few testimonies of this period have been preserved. The gods must have established a mighty empire where all the tribes fulfilled allotted tasks. The Uga Mangulala ranked highest. They were granted a greater wisdom that made them superior to all the people. In the year 0, the gods bequeathed their cities and temples to the chosen tribes, fallen angel tribes. They have lasted 12,000 years. So a lot of these temples clearly are looking the same as, the Egypt situation, the same type of pyramid situation. Again, you didn't need pyramids when you had sacred trees. You didn't need pyramids when you had your trees, people. So your trees have been cut down for at least this long. For few white barbarians have ever seen these monuments or the city of Akakor, my people's capital. So what? These are a chosen group of white people versus the barbarian white people? Or is he hijacking Thoth and the melanated fallen angels? And only a few white people have ever seen the monuments or the city of Akakor, the darker people's capital. Some Spanish soldiers who had been captured by the Uga Mangulala succeeded in escaping through the subterranean passages. White adventurers and settlers who discover our capital have been imprisoned by my people. So why would white people be imprisoning other white people in South America? I'll wait. I mean, it wasn't a lot of you anyway around that time. You're talking about thousands of years ago. So, I mean, you're saying that it was all these white people in South America and that the white adventurers coming down, even recently, you're saying the seed's still here. So the white people that come down are then imprisoned by other white people? White-skinned gods with beards, thick beards. So no, that doesn't make sense. No. White people are so afraid of that area because the indigenous dark people, dark melanated tribes are literally capturing these crazy white people going down there. And settlers who discovered our capital have been imprisoned by my people. So they're taking them into captivity. That's why they don't mess with the Amazon like that, these white people. Now, you know, brother might, you know, stroll up there, have a different result. You know what I'm saying? Akakor. But brothers don't even know about this stuff. I mean, I never heard of Akakor. I had to watch Indiana Jones to find that out. The capital of the realm was built 14,000 years ago. So Akakor was built, according to them, 14,000 years ago by our forefathers under the guidance of the former masters. The name comes from them as well. Aka, meaning fortress. Kor, meaning two. Akakor, two fortresses. Or they say Akakor is the second fortress. So they're saying, all right, so that's the second fortress. It says, our priests also tell of the first fortress, Akanis. Sounds like Atlantis, man. All of it does, right? Akanis. So this Akakor city of gold is the second. The first fortress was Akanis. It was situated on the narrow isthmus of the country that is called Mexico. Akanis, Atlantis, Akanis was situated in Mexico. Mexico, Moshe, Moses, Mexico, Moscow, Mosak. Our priests also tell of the first fortress, Akanis. It was situated on the narrow isthmus in the country that is called Mexico, at the place where the two oceans touch. At the place where the two oceans touch. All right. Akahim, the third fortress, is not mentioned in the Chronicle before the year 7315. 7315. Aren't you interested in how they're counting their time? I mean, what, we in 2017? They're saying, man, this thing wasn't even mentioned before the year 7315. We need to do, you know, we on a real hijack schedule, people. You need to erase everything you've been taught. Come back to life. Its history is closely linked to that of Akakor. All right, so we got a first fortress, Akanis, a second fortress, Akakor, a third fortress, Akahim. All right. This is the flag of Akakor. You see that sun rays. We know we're talking about Thoth and these angels and their golden city. Mining your gold, so-called Negro. Even they were jacking your gold because they're not indigenous here. This fallen angel isn't indigenous here. This fallen angel was put here, came here, was banished to the underworld. Underneath the barrier is the underworld. Wakey, wakey. Underneath the barrier is the underworld. You're in it. Now, how do you raise up out of it? How do you raise up out of her? Why does she, this Babylon, have you in captivity? Because you want to be her. You want to exist in her underworld. You want to do paperwork to get a status. You want a status in her world. You don't just want to wake up and claim what you claim and that's it. No, you want a status in her world. A corrected status. My people, no paperwork will free you. No paperwork. White or black is white or black on the same checkerboard. And if you're playing their game, you will lose every single time. When you are you, you don't need permission. You just have to be and let the vibration be and let it flow. With other, hookups and this, man, hook yourself up and be. Hook yourself up and disconnect. Learn. Grow with us. This is what we're doing together. This is what we're rocking on our land for. This is what we're doing it for. It's not for us, it's for you. We did it for you to have a opportunity to choose up. Go to camp, choose up. To choose up. This is what we're doing together. This is our calling. This is our design. Now let's check it. Let's get this dismount pretty soon. How much time we got? Oh, we good, man. Hey, we are flowing. We are flowing. All right. So, got the flag of Akakor. Our capital city is in a high valley in the mountains on the frontier between the countries called Peru and Brazil. Peru, the Black Kingdoms, and Brazil, Akakor, between the two countries, Peru and Brazil, in the high valley in the mountains. Wait a minute. You know me. And my Hyborian war. You know how we play. But is it play? When you go over here, and again, this is a Hyborian war map. It's pretty much showing the Pangea, everything connected. So this is a reality simulation done, you know, for gamer, you know, whatever. But this is a highly researched, what they're calling a reality simulation. And they're putting together these maps and putting it together, you know what I mean, before the days of Peleg, when the earth was divided. All right, so this is done in Arizona. You know, all right, Arizona, Four Corners, Arizona, all right? So this is your Cali, this is your North America, this is your South America, this is your so-called Africa. And even they know. I mean, have you heard of Yoto Pong and Ayadia in the Vendian Desert? India, the three Indies, India, Central Vendian Desert. Oh, Egypt? Maybe that's in the mountains of the mist of the Utara Karoo city. Or maybe Egypt is right here. Maybe it's what we're digging on and finding in this North America situation. You know what I'm saying? Where Mexico would be, right? So let's see. All right. We got the Black Coast. We got Peru over here. It's called the Black Coast, the Black Kingdoms. The Black Kingdoms. Now, right on top of that is Kush. You have the capital city of Meroe in Kush, in the Kushish tribe land. You even have the Kushish Sea, all Kush. I mean, even Prince Uriel Bey of the Moorish, you know, Science Temple broke down how Libya was Chicago. He said New York, Jerusalem, and, you know, he put it all right here the same way Horace Butler did. Again, man, y'all go subscribe to the new channel. Click on the link below so you can get the drop, man. Get the drop while it's hot, man. All right, so what did my man say? What the homie say, man? He said their capital city is in the high valley in the mountains of the frontier, on the frontier between the countries Peru and Brazil. Now, they're talking like 12,000 years ago, which is why I'm coming back to this Hyborian war, man. I think this has to play the best in this scenario. So we're talking Peru, right between Peru and Mexico. So this is Peru. Mexico would be up here. So their capital city, I mean, you know, in between, it's at the high valley. So you're talking somewhere around this area here. All right. Somewhere around this area, or in between, it says Peru and Brazil, excuse me, not Mexico, Peru and Brazil. So Brazil's over here, wherever, and this is all South America. Let me pull out, see how big South America is in this reality simulation. That's why it's called the mainland. It's also called the motherland. If you learn it in a textbook in school, you were fooled for arguing with that particular research. They put a globe in front of you in the school and you are defending it today, and they taught it to you in kindergarten. These little racist little Peckerwoods on the corner been saying, nigger, go back to Africa, you from Africa, and you still are defending that science today, saying you're from Africa. If that Peckerwood on the corner with the dingy scuffed up shoes, with the tank top, wife beater, dirty ass wife beater, says, nigger, go back to Africa. You say, yeah, I'm from Africa. That's right. Yeah, how do y'all have the same drop? How do y'all have the same science, the same information? How are y'all having the same scholarship? You got the same scholarship as the Peckerwood on the corner, saying, nigger, go back to Africa. Yeah, my brother, we from Africa. How would y'all have the same exact drop? No. He was lied to, and so were you. And this is South America as we know it. And if we're just talking between Peru and Brazil, then maybe we're talking more here. Maybe we're talking more Machu Picchu. But let's go. So they hijacked this area, right? into being their capital city in a high valley in the mountains on the frontier between the countries called Peru and Brazil. It is protected on three sides by precipitous rock. To the east, a gradually descending plain reaches as far as the Liana wilderness of the Great Forest region. The whole city is surrounded by a high stone wall with 13 gates. All right, they are so narrow that they give access to only one person at a time. The plain in the coast is additionally guarded by stone watchtowers, where chosen warriors are always on the lookout for enemies. Akakor is laid out in rectangles. Two intersecting main streets divide the city into 4 parts, corresponding to the 4 universal points to their gods. The great temple of the sun, Thoth, and a stone gate cut from a single block sit on a wide square in the center. The temple faces due east toward the rising sun, and is decorated with symbolic images or hieroglyphs of their ascended former masters, fallen angels. In each hand, a divine creature holds a staff topped by a head of a jaguar. The figure is crowned with a headdress of animal ornaments. The garments are decorated with similar pictures. A strange script that can only be interpreted by our priest tells of the foundation of the city. So this script, a strange script that can only be interpreted by their priests, tell of the foundation of the city. So they have to believe whatever this so-called priest is telling them, right? That's what Thoth was good at. All right. All stone cities that were built by our former masters have such a gate. Okay. The most impressive building in Akakor is the great temple of the sun. Its outer walls are unadorned and are made from artfully hewn stones. The roof of the temple is open so that the rays of the rising sun can reach a golden mirror, which dates from the times of the former masters and is mounted at the front. Life-size stone figures flank both sides of the entrance to the temple. The interior walls are covered with reliefs, and a large stone chest sunk into the front wall of the temple are the first written laws of our former masters. Next to the great temple of the sun are the buildings for the priests and their servants, the place of the prince, and the lodgings of the warriors. These buildings are rectangular in shape and are made from hewn stone blocks. They are roofed with a thick layer of grass, supported by bamboo poles. At the time of our former master's reign, another 26-stone city surrounded Akakor, and they are all mentioned in the Chronicle. The largest were Humbaya and Petit in the country that is called Bolivia. Emin on the lower reaches of the great river, and Cadira in the mountains of the country called Venezuela. But all these were completely destroyed in the first great catastrophe 13 years after the departure of their gods. So 13 years after the fallen angels split and abandoned them, the Creator destroyed all of this stuff. 13 years, something about that number 13, right? Something about that number. So 13 years after, they say all these cities that we just mentioned were completely destroyed in the first great catastrophe, the sinking of Atlantis. 13 years after the gods left. So the gods bounced. Their angel masters bounced and left them to die. Apart from these mighty cities, the ancient fathers also erected 3 sacred temple complexes: Salazar on the upper reaches of the great river, Tiahuanaco on the great lake, and Manoa on the high plain in the south. These were the terrestrial residents of the former masters and forbidden ground to the Uga Mongolala. A giant pyramid, a giant synthetic Merkaba was erected in their center, and a broad staircase led to the platform where their gods celebrated ceremonies unknown to us. The main building was surrounded by smaller pyramids interconnected by columns, and further away on artificially created hills stood another building decorated with glimmering plates. In the light of the rising sun, the priests relate, the cities of the gods seemed to be aflame. They radiated a mysterious light, shining in the snowy mountains of the sacred temple precincts. I have seen only Salazar with my own eyes, It lies at a distance of an 8 days' journey from the city that the white barbarians called Manaus. At the tributary of the great river, its places and temples have become completely overgrown by liana jungle. Only the top of the Great Pyramid still rises above the forest, overgrown by a dense thicket of bush and trees. Even the initiated have difficulties in reaching the dwelling places of their gods. It is surrounded by deep swamps, the territory of the tribe that lives on trees. The tribe that lives on trees. So this is where their gods are hiding. You got to go to their dwelling place. This is where they're hiding. After the trees. Remember, this is what they're hiding. I told you Thoth is here. You don't believe me? Look at it right here. Thoth, Aman, spell barrier. Thoth has a spell barrier right here in South America. Thoth, Aman, spell barrier. Thoth, Aman, spell barrier. Do you think this is play? It is surrounded by deep swamps, the territory of the tribe that lives on trees, they say. After this tribe's first contact with the white barbarians, they retired to the inaccessible forest around Salazar. There the people live on trees like monkeys, man, killing anyone who dares to invade their community. I only succeeded in reaching the temple precinct because thousands of years ago this tribe was allied in a confederacy with the Uga Magulala, and even now respects the secret signs of recognition from the fallen angels. These signs are engraved on the stone at the upper edge of the pyramid platform. Although we can copy them, we have lost all understanding of their significance. The temple precincts have also remained a mystery to my people. Their buildings are testimonies to the higher knowledge incomprehensible to humans. For the gods, their gods, the pyramids, were not only dwelling places, but also symbols of life and death. They were a sign of the sun of life, of light. The former masters taught us that there is a place between life and death. Underneath the barrier in their fake ass heavens that they set up. Between life and nothingness, which is subject to a different time. Because time is an illusion. You're born into time. Y equals sine X. Sine and time, sine, cosine, space and time. You're born into sin. You're born into time. Zeus is rocking this time. Now this is subject to a different time. For them, the pyramids were a link with the second life. The second life. The second life that's being set up for them to dwell in. For those that are not going to dwell with the Creator. For those that are not going to have rest. You can go dwell in their second life. And we'll be back in part 3 of Akakor, El Dorado, Negro City of Gold, dropping on this subterranean dwellings. Yeah, you want to go deep? You want to go deep with Thoth into the subterranean? How deep you want to go? Into the abyss of Abyssinia, of Arabenia. Yeah, man. We're only talking about the search for El Dorado. Love getting to Irvin Reed, man. Had a great comment. We were talking about when a new leader was appointed, many rituals would take place before he took a role as king. During one of these rituals, the new king would be brought like Lake Guatavita, where he would be stripped naked, covered in dust and all that. So it says the ritual was intended as a sacrifice to the Muska god, to the Muska. El Dorado was not a city, but the king at the center of this ritual, also called the Gilded One. All right, so, you know what I'm saying, he was, dropping on the Muska and the Mazaka, you know what I'm saying, possible connection. You never know what the foundation is, before, this fallen angel situation, you know what I mean? So I just appreciate, the brother for searching again. I'll leave this link again. That breaks more down into some more about these treasures and all the treasures they're hunting, all the gold. I mean, yeah, we could talk gold all day, but we are the gold. We are the alchemy. So when I talk gold, I talk Creator. You know what I mean? You want to learn more about the gold and the artifacts that are found there? Anybody could drop that. We're getting to the root of it all. Love to the family, love to the tribe. All right? Ancient wonder, the ruins of what is thought to be an ancient temple has been discovered by archaeologists diving beneath Lake Titicaca in the Andes between Bolivia and Peru. Here we go again with Jerusalem. These high mountains with this, flowing water and these, golden cities. An international team of scientists announced the finding this week after making more than 200 dives in Titicaca, which is 3,800 meters above sea level, is the world's highest navigable lake. The highest navigable lake. The highest one at 3,800 meters. I believe that clocks out around, 12,000 feet, something like that above sea level. We found what appears to have been a 200-meter long, 50-meter wide holy temple, a terrace for crops, a pre-Inca road, and a 800-meter long containing wall, said Lorenzo Ipis, the Italian leading the Atahualpa 2000 expedition. Ceramic artifacts were also found on the lake's floor. Titicaca has been the subject of legends about a lost underwater city, but there has been little research because of the logistical difficulties of diving at altitude. You don't think the Most High Creator knows that there would be difficulties logistically diving at altitude? So he puts these cities in these high mountains and these lakes, the highest navigable lake, and say, yeah, go try to find some stuff up there, man. While a submerged city has not been found, Mr. Ipis said the ruins appear to be 1,000 to 1,500 years old. It thus predates the Incas and could point to the Tiwanaku people who lived at Titicaca's shores before becoming part of the Incan Empire. This means our civilizations have left more footprints than we have thought. All right, maybe. Y'all go check the rest of that out. This is the Akakor Geographical Exploring Team. All right, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to figure out this high altitude situation. So last time I said that we'll make a dismount here with my man King Drain. We got a few minutes, and he's breaking down hey, wah. And yeah, man, it's just pretty dope. Again, we are the alchemy. Love to all the family putting all this together, and we're all surfing together. It's not about being critical of each other, man, but just seeing how we can help build each other and help build for the Creator. When the Creator comes first, it's all fluid, man. So love to the home team. You know what I mean? Love to the Supreme Creator. Wow, King Drang, let's go.
I'm not. Let me put this up here. I'm not trying to jam nobody up.
No jam ups allowed. Fair use. All up in your caboose bowl.
I'm not trying. Fair use. Let's get a little bit of Joshua.
Let's go.
So you read between. You tell me. Okay? We just rocking Hawa.
Wow.
Just talking about the Creator. Breath. Hey, to live. We just want to live.
Hey.
That's all we doing is living.
Go.
Right? Natural science. We just being natural scientific.
Straight up, man. Straight up. Scientific, repeatable, observational, man. So we got some of this before out of the etymology, you know what I'm saying? We kind of broke down, what we got before, with the, hey. Let's see. When you get the Yahweh and what's going on with that, and this Yah meaning defiance, and how we are, dodging the hijack, you know what I'm saying? When they put stuff backwards, the Y-A-H, then you have the H-A-Y, but then it's Y-A-H. And when it's backwards, you have Yah, interjection, exclamation of defiance or dismissal. From 1812, so nobody was kicking nothing Yah before 1812, my people. Yah, defiance, exclamation of defiance. Now, when you're referring to your Creator with this exclamation frequency of defiance, it's still a exclamation frequency of defiance. Extended form, Yahoo, Yahoo.com, exclamation of defiance. Then you got the Jahs, and you got the Yahwehs, you got the Hallelujah. All right, Hallelujah. The Yahweh 1869, hypothetical In theory, reconstruction from 1869. Now you got these Yahwehs being coming out of 1869 of the Tetragrammaton, YHWH. And the Tetragrammaton, by definition, is just a frequency. It's a you know what I'm saying, a shape. You know what I'm saying? It's an atomic shape. You're talking about atomic structure. You're talking about frequency. Based on the assumption that the Tetragrammaton is the imperfect Hebrew verb hawa, which is the earlier form of heya, was, is, to be, to establish, in the sense of the one who is the existing. So, you know, go back to the drop frequency of heya, part 1 and 2, many months ago, but it's on here. You can research how we broke that down even more. So yeah, you got the heya. You know, to me, I rock with all this frequency, man. If you say heya, I'm going to say heya. If you say hawa, I'm going to say hawa. All of it is a, you know what I'm saying, primitive root verb. You know, it is action. Action is good. We don't have to think of nouns and action as, oh, noun is a person, place, or thing. That's the rule in English. It could only be this noun. Your creator is moving water. Your creator is action. Hawa, was, is, to be, I am. Hawa, the one who is the existing. Hawa, an earlier form of heya. Hawa, haya, heya. I love it all. I love you all. Heya, heya, hawa. This is how we rock and drive nation. It's not just this or that. None of us know. We're just building, right? So we're just not even talking about really a name, but more of a title of this action. The creator's name, I mean, trust me, you're going to get the frequency. You're going to get a much more pure water frequency than even this when we get in that zone. But first we have to take those steps, keep our commandments, and start to listen within to get the vibration from within. But when we're talking about the primitive root verb, hawa, earlier form of heya, all right, we're just talking frequency. So let's get back to the bruh for the dismount, my man King Drink, all right, and he went to the etymology under Eve, and again, you know what I'm saying, the brother Lex Will pointed this out a while back, how they're hiding, you know what I'm saying, the creator's name under, you know, this feminine, you know, Eve and all this kind of stuff. But then he says from the base Hawa, he lived. So how do you get he lived from the feminine proper name of Eve? Okay, so clearly they're putting a he lived, hiding it under the feminine. Not she lived, he lived. All right. Eve, feminine proper name, biblical first woman, late form of Hebrew, Semitic, Hawa, literally a living being. So when you dodge the hijack, you're just getting Hawa, I am living, I am, it is. Pure water, man. Pure flow. Hawa, he lived. Compare the Arabic heya, haya. Aramaic hayan, hayin. All right, so, you know, I really enjoy the Hawa frequency personally. You know what I'm saying? That's how we rocking. That's how my family's rocking. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I don't put, you know, no type of distinction on trying to correct nobody and this and that. I feel like it's all as correct as we're all getting. And it's all a beautiful thing when we're in the creative frequency, heya, heya. We're in the creative frequency, hawa. We're talking about a primitive, the same primitive root verb. There don't have to be no, you know what I'm saying, distinction made to try to, you know, do no more separation than we already have.